When you hear the word nuclear, you probably think of Chernobyl, mushroom clouds, or glowing green barrels. You think of danger. But when you see a coal power plant, you just see a boring factory. This is our biggest global mistake. Statistics show a shocking reality. For every single death caused by nuclear energy, coal kills 8,200 people. That's not a typo. While nuclear accidents are rare, cinematic, and terrifying, coal is a silent, daily executioner. It doesn't need a meltdown to kill, it just needs to operate. Today we ask the global why. Why are we terrified of the safest energy source while living next to the deadliest one? Coal doesn't kill with explosions, it kills with every breath you take. When coal burns, it releases a cocktail of toxic particles: sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and PM 2.5. These particles are so small they enter your bloodstream, causing lung cancer, strokes, and heart disease. Nuclear power, in contrast, releases zero greenhouse gases or toxic air pollutants during operation. In fact, NASA scientist James Hansen estimated that nuclear energy has actually saved over 1.8 million lives by preventing the burning of fossil fuels. If you look at a global map of coal consumption, three giants stand out: China, India, and Germany. China alone consumes more coal than the rest of the world combined. But why? Geography dictates destiny. These nations have massive domestic coal reserves, making it the cheapest and most reliable way to fuel their industrial engines. Transitioning away from coal isn't just an environmental choice, it's a massive economic challenge. In regions like the Rust Belt in the US or the Ruhr Valley in Germany, entire cities were built around coal geography. Moving to nuclear or renewables requires a total redesign of the national grid, something most politicians are too afraid to touch. Why do we fear nuclear? It's the shark attack effect. You are more likely to die falling out of bed than being eaten by a shark. But movies and news make sharks look like the primary threat. Nuclear accidents like Chernobyl or Fukushima are high-profile, rare events that stay in our collective memory for decades. Coal deaths, however, happen one by one in hospitals and homes and never make the front page. This psychological bias creates a paradox. We protest against nuclear plants, the very things that could clean our air, and effectively vote to keep coal plants running. We have traded a calculated, manageable risk for a guaranteed slow-motion disaster. The choice between coal and nuclear is rarely about safety, it's about energy security. To build a nuclear plant, you need billions of dollars, 10 years of construction, and high-tech fuel from a few specific countries. To burn coal, you just need a shovel and a furnace. For many developing nations, coal is the only path to rapid industrialization. Geopolitically, coal is safe because no one can turn off your supply if it's in your own ground. This creates a tragic incentive. Governments choose the short-term economic stability of coal over the long-term health and environmental benefits of nuclear. It's a geopolitical trap where the cheapest fuel is actually the most expensive in human lives. The truth is uncomfortable. Our fear is killing us. By letting the nuclear ghost haunt our decisions, we have allowed the coal industry to continue its reign as the deadliest energy source in human history. We don't need to ignore the risks of nuclear energy, but we must weigh them against the certain death toll of fossil fuels. As we redraw the maps of our future energy grids, we have to ask ourselves, are we going to follow the data, or are we going to stay trapped in 20th century fear? The numbers are clear, the maps are drawn, and the global why is finally answered. It's time to stop fearing the solution and start fixing the problem.